You have a purpose, you have a value, was the second one. You have a father, was last week for Father's Day. And today was going to be, you have his presence. So I don't know if we'll get into that or not. If not, we'll save that for next week. But I really feel we need to go this way. And if it isn't for you, Tommy, it's for me. And I didn't realize until recently that Lois and I, and Lois told me this years ago, when you get old, I tell you, you get old, you just don't remember like you used to, you know? But Lois, you and I share a common bond. But let me read this and we'll go from there. When an unclean spirit goes out of a man or a woman, person, he goes to dry places seeking rest and finds none. Now this is specifically about demon possession, but I'm going to talk about demon oppression. And sometimes you can be so oppressed by the devil that it ain't a whole lot different than being demon possessed. It's real close. The oppression can be just devastating. I don't know if you've ever suffered from a spirit of fear, but I'll tell you what, when a spirit of fear grips you, there ain't nothing like it. And it hits you, and it just knocks the wind right out of you, and all of a sudden, you feel like you're dying or whatever. The spirit of fear. He has not given us a spirit of fear, but love, power, and sound mind. I'll take 3 for the price of 1 any day. Imagine what Jesus had to pay the price so we could have love, power, and sound mind instead of the spirit of fear or the spirit of addiction. But when we've been delivered, then the devil comes back, and he says, I will return to my house in which I came. I mean, it's the old adage, misery loves company, and he made you so miserable, this is your company. Did you get that? Misery loves company, and when he's driven out by the presence, this is how this will work. Yes. When he's driven out by the presence of Jesus Christ, you see, darkness cannot stay where the light is. You know what light is? It's the absence of darkness. And when Jesus' light comes in, his light is so bright, no darkness can stand in the presence of his light. You know, during World War II, and any of the wars really, I'm not advocating smoking or chewing that by any means, but when our sailors wanted to smoke, or men in the trenches wanted to smoke behind enemy lines, they had a smoke undercover. They take their helmet and light up under, because a little light or a little cigarette, when you're smoking, that little bit of light can be seen for miles away. A little bit of light, just a tiny bit of light, can drive out the darkness. You don't believe it? Get one of these toys that lights up. You know, I'm not talking about the battery. I'm trying to hold in the light, and you hold it there for a little bit, and you take them into a cover, and get real dark, and it glows. A little bit of light's enough to kind of see where in that cover, isn't it? Now, Jesus is a whole lot more light than that little thing. You know, we've had some car outages over the last few years, and I was going to get some Coleman lanterns, battery operated, with the big 9-volt batteries, I think they are in the bottom, you know. And they're very expensive. But my wife came back from Walmart. You know, she lives at Walmart. Half my check goes to Walmart. The worst thing ever happened to my paycheck is Walmart and Amelia. You know, Walmart, yeah. And then I found out half the church is there. So when she goes to Walmart, if she's not visiting one of our relatives at Walmart, she's visiting half the church there. I said, what took you 5 hours at Walmart? I've seen this, when I've seen that, when I ministered to this person, that person. Anyway, getting back to the story, she come back with one of these lanterns I have when I was in Scouts years ago. It takes one of those big 9-volt batteries, you put that thing in, you click it. The difference today is they have all these LEDs in it. Boy, they're bright. Very bright. Now, that's a bright, bright light. And you've got in the middle of our field, and you can see the deer out there, and the coyotes going by, and everything else, and they put that light on. But that light ain't nothing like the light of Jesus driving out darkness. Now look here. It says, then he says, I will return to my house when I came. And when he comes, he finds it empty and swept, and it all put in order. And then he goes and takes with him. See, this guy is such a wimp, the devil. The demons cannot penetrate that little bit of light that's in you. So he's got to take a whole gang of demons now. You just had one of the key players on the team, Jesus got rid of him. Now he's got to bring half the team back with him. Do you see how powerful just a little bit of light of Jesus is in you? This is why the devil will come right away as soon as a person has been healed or delivered or filled with the Holy Spirit or saved or whatever the case may be, and he's going to beat your mind up and say you did not get what you got. And Tommy, you got delivered and you don't want to go back to that stuff. Now I'm going to tell you about that easy stuff to get delivered from called alcohol. Let me tell you how easy it is. Well, it's not like heroin. It doesn't change the receptors of your brain. No, it just fries brain cells.
And your liver.
And your liver, and your esophagus, and your pancreas, and your guts, and everything else. Pocketbook. I was all right as long as I didn't start drinking, but I was the kind of person that drank when I was alone or with somebody. All the time. But I didn't get started. But it took Jesus Christ to deliver me. It's taken Jesus Christ and the power of his blood and the power of his Holy Spirit to keep me delivered.
Yes.
I was telling Tommy about this before service. And this is not a service about Tommy. This is a service about don't start it and get hooked on it in the first place. I don't care if it's marijuana. I don't care if it's alcohol. I don't care what kind of drug it is. Uppers, downers, bennies, goofballs, blacks, whites, yellows, blues. I've done a lot of those things. Or heroin.
It'll own you.
You're not kidding. And I'm going to show you how we know this. Go, if you would please, to John, the 8th chapter. You were a slave to this long enough, Lois and Tommy and Ralph and whoever else. Now, some of you might not have an addiction to any kind of drug or alcohol, but some of you might be spendaholics or foodaholics. I'm all right, as long as I'll get started on that chocolate. You know, I love those Easter eggs that you have to. Belgian eggs, you have to unwrap those things and eat them, but the only thing bad about those is it slows me down when I got to unwrap those things. But the devil's even fixed that for me. Now you go into the aisle of fast food place, probably Walmart too, and you go down where the Hershey candy bars are, and they got the drops now. The only thing you got to do is open the bag and go, it's pure chocolate. Boys, it's good. Now, what's worse? A quick fix on heroin, or a quick fix on a whole bunch of chocolate? Either way, it's messing you up. I want to make you feel so good today, you'll not want to come back to this. Because I can't do nothing that guy, nothing pleases him anymore. Oh, yeah, I got hooked on caffeine. I can tell you all about that, too. Tobacco from coffee. Go to John 8. And I want you to look at something. John 8:32. And you shall know the truth, Jesus Christ, and he shall make you free. Notice it says make it, not set. What makes a difference? I'm not going to split words. When he made me free, he set me free. Yes. If I wasn't made free, I wouldn't be set free, let me tell you. You shall know Jesus Christ, and he shall make you free. And they answered him, we are Abraham's descendants. Oh, I love these religious people. Nothing worse than a bunch of religious bigots. We're descendants of Abraham, and we have never been in bondage. Yeah, that's a bunch of lies. Didn't they remember Pharaoh and all those years of bondage with Pharaoh? Man, they forgot. You know, Adrian was talking about Sunday school. It was good Sunday school, by the way, man. Talking about how we've been through a battle. And you think you learned something from it, and then he goes through the same thing, same type of thing again, thinking, didn't I learn anything last time? Listen, these people didn't learn anything either from all those years of bondage to Pharaoh, because they're saying, we've never been a slave to anybody, we've never been in bondage to anyone. How can you say you will make us free? And Jesus answered them, most assuredly I say to you, whoever commits sin is a servant or a slave to sin. you'll never want the second hit. If you don't take the first powder up the nose, you'll never want the second hit. If you don't take the first needle in the arm, or the first crack pipe smoke, or opium or whatever, and then you go to one of these dealers on the street, and you don't even know it's good stuff. They cut it with this, they cut it with that, they put rat poisoning in some of the stuff.
Kitty litter.
Yeah, etc. Or fentanyl. Fentanyl is a terrible drug. And they're cutting some of this heroin and opium and stuff with fentanyl.
And they're dying.
Yeah, by the dozens. Every day.
We had 5 that died just recently, all
Yeah.
at the same time.
God help us. And it's so bad. We got a clinic down the street in New Richmond, the old doctor's office. Methadone clinic. Yeah. See, Jesus answered, most assuredly I say, whoever commits sin. Now we're all servants and slaves to sin because we're born in trespasses and sin because of our fallen nature. That's the bad news. But here's the good news. Jesus is still the answer to all our problems. He's the answer to alcohol addiction, drug addiction. He's the answer to bad health and good health. He's the answer to little money or lots of money. He's the answer to jobs or no jobs. He's the answer to all our questions, all our problems, all our desires, all our addictions, all our needs. And yes, if you pray hard enough, I don't even know if you want one, you can get a husband. Now, your mom and dad have been married a long time. Almost as long as your pastor and his wife. And Tamara, I couldn't years ago, I sure can't
Been
now.
there, done that, tried.
35 years. Come on.
Long year.
It only feels like a life sentence
Yeah.
for her. I come out of this.
Our scripture is they that endure the injustice.
And shall be saved. But Jesus is the answer.
Yes. Amen.
How I've been delivered from alcohol all those years is one day at a time, one moment at a time. And sometimes I was telling Tommy it was terrible because even yet every once in a while, I have a bad day at work or a bad day with church. The devil will take me and say, go get a drink, buddy. You deserve it. Go get one. Nobody ought to know. That's the first lie because the minute I go buy a six-pack or set my foot in the bar, there'll be somebody there with an iPhone taking my picture, sending it to you. I'm telling the truth. Yeah, and then the devil will beat me up with it. Why did you do it? You knew better. You were delivered all those years, and you gave it up for one drink. Well, who told me about the one drink? You did, you dummy. But I didn't have to yield. Now, he's going to beat you to death the day you're delivered. Say you didn't get it, you made a fool out of yourself. Look what you're missing. You ain't missing nothing but no money, a bad headache, and possible death. Now, we're all going to die. It's a matter of when. But we don't want to hasten it. We don't want to help the devil out. We'll go soon enough. Can I hear an amen? I want you to go to Luke now. The way you combat this is by the presence of God. Psalm 16, as you turn to Luke the 12th chapter. Psalm 16:11. You will show me the path of life. In your presence is fullness of joy. At your right hand are pleasures forevermore. You, God the Father, will show me what life's all about. In your presence, Father God, is fullness of Jesus Christ. At your right hand, the right hand of the Father is Jesus, ever living, make intercession for you. He will show us the pleasures forevermore. You thought you had pleasure when you were getting high or getting low on that drug, whichever the case may be, up or down. You thought you had pleasure and joy when you just had to have that, whatever it might be you bought. But the novelty wore off and you had 60 payments to go. What did I get into? Well, the car salesman said you could afford it. How does he know? He don't pay your bills. Always love it. Well, it's only $25 a month more. Surely you can afford that. What you're saying, dude, is since you don't want to cut your commission, you're going to take it out of my pocket for 60 months. I don't think so. I think used car salesmen and new car salesmen are the devil's tools. Look good. Doesn't look so good. Guys, you deserve like this is by the presence of being in the presence of God the Father and God the Son and God the Holy Ghost. Then one from the crowd said to him, Teacher, tell my brother to divide. I don't want to hear. I want to get Luke 15. There it is. This will work better. Luke 15, 21. Luke 15, 11. Then he said, a certain man had 2 sons. The younger of them said to his father, Father, give me the portion of my goods that falls to me. So he divided them his livelihood. And not many days after, the younger boy said, you know what? I'm tired of his rule. I'm tired of his rules and regulations. I'm going to get out of this place. He's too restrictive. I'm just tired of that church. That pastor preaches that stuff. We can't do nothing for it. You know, when I was a kid, I grew up as a Catholic. And we were always told, you don't want to be a Baptist. Baptists aren't allowed to drink, they're not allowed to smoke, they're not allowed to mess around with ladies, and they're not allowed to dance. So I said, I guess I'll never be a Baptist. That's the way it used to be in the old Church of God, too, the old Assemblies of God, the old Pentecostal holiness movement. Hair down past the old butt, the long dresses, you know, and men in white shirts and black, look kind of like Amish without the beard, you know. Holiness. Let me tell you something, brothers and sisters. You can drink, smoke, cuss, pour around. You can do whatever you want to do. Because I'm not going to tell you you're not allowed. But I'll tell you what the book will tell you you're not allowed. The Lord will say, you're not allowed to do those things. I'm not going to tell you you're not allowed. You can do whatever you want. But don't expect to go to heaven. I'm telling you the truth now. Now, you know why I don't do those things? I don't want to do them anymore. Let me tell you about the love of the Father. Back in Luke 15. So he splits the scene, does what he wants to do. He wants to join himself to citizens of the country, and he sent him into the... What he did is he spent everything he had. It said he spent on riotous living. Everything the Father said he wasn't allowed to do in his home, he went and did. Had women, spent the money, got drunk, did his thing. See what it says? But when he had spent it all, a famine arose, a severe famine arose in the land, and he began to be in want. Then he joined himself to a citizen of the country, and he sent him into a field to feed pigs. Now this is, the Jews are kosher people. They eat nothing with a cloven hoof. They eat no swine, no pig. This was the lowest of the low blow for this boy. It was so bad, he had his riotous living, eating, drinking, getting married, running around with women, all this stuff. It was all gone, all his friends were gone. He was out feeding pigs. And he would gladly have filled his stomach with the pods that the swine ate. And no one gave him anything. He didn't steal because he knew if he stole, that was a penalty for death. Starving to death eating pigs. But when he came to himself, I got one question for you, young man. Have you had enough? Have you finally come to yourself? Because if you haven't finally come to yourself, you ain't hit the bottom yet. When I hit the bottom, I knew I came to myself. And when I came in the presence of Jesus Christ, I wasn't going back. Now I had to make that determination. I can tell you a thing or two about being delivered. And I can tell you about the wimps that say they're delivered, but they're not delivered because they go right back to it again. And they say, my God's not strong enough. My God is strong enough. But are you strong enough to be strong enough for me? He's not going to do nothing for you that you can't do for yourself. Let you know a secret. You were trying to do this on your own. Remember me whispering up to you? I whispered to you. The reason why you haven't delivered to this point is because you were trying to do it on your own. You can't. This is so big. Alcohol was so big in my life, I could not be delivered on my own. But when I came to the altar in that building on Thanksgiving Sunday 1980, I laid it down. Presence, and he came inside me, made a present of himself in the presence of me. I bowed to the king, and a few days later, Right on New Year's Eve, as a matter of fact, the devil spoke to me and said, you have to have a drink. The Holy Spirit spoke to me and said, you haven't missed it either. I want you to look for all your life.
Yes, thank you.
I guarantee you hang in with the Lord, you'll never miss it.
Right, that's
Difference with you now, he's got to change your brain. The receptors in your brain, I believe that he's already done that. The Tommy I see today is not the Tommy I've seen in the past. This is a new Tommy. Now look here. When you come to yourself, he said, my Father has hired servants, have bread enough to spare, and I perish with hunger. And he said, I'm going to go to my Father. I'm going to say, Father, I've sinned against you. Before all heaven and earth, sinned against the family name, sinned against everything. Let me tell you about the love of the Father. He loved you and Lois and me and your mom and so many others. The Father was standing there watching over the horizon for the day we were going to come to him. We preach on the Son a lot. We don't preach on the older brother much. And we hardly ever preach on the Father. Your Father loves you so much. Your Heavenly Father. He gave us Jesus. He died for us and he rose again from the dead for us. If we believe in him and believe in his blood, there's nothing that he cannot do for us.
Hallelujah. Glory.
Deliverance is his name. He came to deliver us from death, hell, and the grave. He came to deliver us from the consequences of the fallen nature. Drugs and alcohol is nothing to him. He came to deliver us from every aspect of sin. All we got to do, in the mind of God, you've already been down this road, you've already been delivered. And now you've got to line your timeline up with God. Here's the timeline. God see which way you're going. He says, Tommy, don't go that way. But Tommy kept going that way. Ralph, don't go that way. Lois, don't go that way. Bonnie, don't go that way. But we kept going that way, getting farther and farther and farther from God. But at an appointed time, we met up with God's timing for our life. And God said, enough is enough. And when your path crossed his path, the light of deliverance came into your life. Now don't go back.